Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, Tuesday, May 6th of 2025. I'm Gio Benacourt, and this is a recording done by Vantage Markets. We've been doing it about an hour prior to the U.S. session open. Well, what a difference a month makes. April started out ugly for stocks and, well, took a pretty incredible turn. We might be saying the same for better or worse at the end of May too. The market took a nosedive only a few days into April after the harsh reality of the Trump tariffs took hold. Then big-time backtracking by the administration, a tariff pause, and promises of trade talks gave Wall Street what it needed to pull itself together. Now, so a natural question, is this a bear market rally or the start of a genuine new bull market? So, there are certainly reasons for optimism as first quarter reporting season carries on. Results haven't all been sunny, but generally have held up a lot better than many feared. The S&P 500 2025 earnings estimates overall haven't come down substantially. Now, we could say yes, it's possible because all of the worry in the market right now that there will be another leg down ahead, but it won't last. There's too much broad-based momentum across sectors, and the sentiment is far out of proportion to the facts. So with that being said, we saw how yesterday Palantir didn't quite deliver, but then Hims and Hers delivered and the stock plunged. So you figure, today we're seeing how the NASDAQ continues that plunge. It did open with a small gap down, and it was closed. So we continue with a move down, and we are speculating that we might come down as far as down as the 50 moving average, or as well we can just rebound from here. Let's just see what happens about an hour from now. Taking a look at the S&P 500. So the 50 moving average is closer to the market than the NASDAQ. It also opened with a small gap down. It has been closed, and the momentum to the downside is being built up. The RSI is getting close to the 50. When it falls below the 50, it represents momentum to the downside is being gathered. So keep that in mind. Dow Jones Industrial. So the Dow Jones Industrial here, it has a rebound off our level of support. So therefore, let's just update that puppy. And I'm going to use this previous swing high as a probable level of support. Resistance, we might as well just bring that puppy down as well. So I'm going to leave it at 41,620 and looking to trade to move to the downside. Crude oil. So crude oil, it has moved, it has actually recovered, and it covered that gap down that it opened yesterday with. So our second resistance level is going to be our first, and 59.50 is going to be that second level of resistance. I'm going to leave the same level of resistance that we had as a second one back before yesterday. Today is going to be our first level of resistance. Support is going to be the same ones. Now, Upper Plus is talking about adding about 411,000 barrels to its production, but that won't happen until next month. So let's just see what we could see. Now, momentum to the upside is gathering. We're seeing how the RSI is turning up, but not really that hasn't, like I said, it hasn't reached that 50 bar level. Now we could see a reversal on crude oil getting close to that $59 value, but first we got to obviously cross that first level. So let's see if that will be the case. If there's enough momentum behind it to do so. Nat Gas is making a UE, so let's just use 335 as our first level of support, and the 20-day moving average as our second. Looking to get into action. 350 as first level of resistance, and the 50-day moving average our second one. So looking to go short on that puppy. Gold. Hey, gold is mighty shiny again. So 34.25 our first target for gold. 34.50 our second target. So there's our levels or our targets, if you will. Then 3,300 is going to be our first level of support, and then the 20-day moving average are second. So let's just use those two puppies and see momentum to the upside is built. So the RSI is getting closer to being overbought, but not yet. So we still have room, we still have space. So let's just go along with gold, looking for to buy. Oh wow, look at this! So nice move to the parabolic movement in the works for silver. It is moving higher. So let's make $34 by Friday. Is that like too far-fetched? $32 support. Let's see if we'll get to that level. Let's take a look at copper. Copper sure is looking to join silver. It's recovering. I mean, in technical analysis, when you have minimum 2 consecutive days of upper highs or higher highs and higher lows, we are basically in an uptrend, and that's basically where we are. We're on a 4th day. We are looking to be able to sustain ourselves above the 50-day moving average, which is right now acting as a level of support for the market. So let's see, $4.70, our first level, 460 resistance of support. Sorry, and then I'm just gonna use the open of this candle here. Let's see if we'll see another momentum to the upside or another parabolic movement, just like silver is doing. So I mean, the metals across the board, they're doing pretty well. So Bitcoin is losing shine, it's losing its credentials so far. Again, in technical analysis, after 2 days of higher lows and lower lows, we are in a downtrend. So basically, that we are in a downtrend. Now, could this be a decision right now that the market has actually bottomed? It could have been, but I'm gonna tighten up my support and use the 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average as level of support, and just leave the same levels of resistance and see if the market will continue to trend lower. The currencies, the euro, is staying within range, within that particular $1 range per se. So let's see, the 20-day moving average is below the market. It's gonna act as a dynamic level of support. The pound is pounding away. So 134 as a target. Let's see, it will most likely will reach it today. So 134.5, our second target, and that will happen as we see the dollar index continue to plumb as towards the 99 level. If it does continue to plumb and trade below 99, we'll see a continuation of more momentum gathering up to the downside for the dollar index, and therefore we'll see a continuation move to the upside on the currencies and the metals. That's it for me today. Have a great trading day, and I'll see you tomorrow.